Once upon a time, there was a young basketball player who had dreams of becoming one of the greatest basketball players of all time.
A 6'6" guard from Lower Merion High School, Kobe Bryant.
What's up, everybody? It's Devin. I'm here, sitting, trying to think what I want to say about not only my favorite player ever, but Jovan's favorite player ever. We decided to, make a tribute video in honor of the late great Kobe Bryant, being that tomorrow is 8/24, and today, being his birthday, it's just a way to, pay respect, and it's tough, man. It's even harder today, being that it's his birthday, and he would have been 42 today. It's the first Mamba Day, or Kobe Bryant Day, that he's not going to be around for. It sucks that he passed away so soon in life, being that he passed away in January. To me, I look to him as a superhero, and being a superhero, we see them as being able to live forever. And for me, he was my superhero, and to see him go, it was surreal. I mean, today it still feels surreal that he's not here today with us. And I'm to this day, I'm still waiting for news to break out that he somehow survived the helicopter crash, and it's just sad to see that someone filled with greatness, not just on the court, but off the court as well. He was truly an inspiration to everyone. He was an inspiration to an entire generation, including myself. He always looked to inspire the next person, and with him, he always emphasized on, regardless of what path in life you take, just be great at whatever you do. And that mindset I took with me with everything I did. That competitive nature, I always take with me. I always want to win at all costs. I mean, even in debates. So growing up, I always had to I was always debating and sticking up for Kobe in sports debates. Being that my brother is a Carmelo Anthony fan, a huge Carmelo Anthony fan, throughout my whole life, he always told me Carmelo was better than Kobe. I still don't know what he was thinking, but I had to deal with it all my life. I was just home, so just imagine me going to school and having those sports debates. So just that competitive nature was a drive for me, not only just in debates, but I was a baseball player, so I took that with me. Just like Kobe, you want to learn the roots of the sport. You want to go down to the basics, and ultimately learn the history. And that's what I loved about Kobe. But for me, my dad is a Laker fan, and with me being born in '97, him being drafted in '96, me being introduced to the sport of basketball, I was bound to be a Laker fan for life. And especially watching Shaq and Kobe being introduced to the sport of basketball, it's inevitable. It's inevitable. So, Kobe, with him being so young, I was able to grow with him throughout his career and throughout my life. And it meant so much to me just because I idolized him growing up. I plastered him all over my walls. It's just, no disrespect to my family, but, just his mentality and his approach to the sport and his approach to life is something that inspired me. And that's why I looked up to him, and I looked to him, I just looked up to him and thought of him as, a superhero. It's just hard just sitting here just talking about what he meant to me without, getting all sentimental or choked up, but Like, just it's the little things that stuck with me throughout his career. Like, everyone is quick to go to the 81-point game and things like that. On top of the endless buzzer beaters that he had throughout his career, the one buzzer beater that stuck with me my entire life was the buzzer beater against the Miami Heat. Top of the key, off the glass, fade away in front of D Wade. And the reason why is I know exactly where I was. I know exactly how it happened. I remember every single detail of that day. And I was at my dad's house in the living room watching with my brother-in-law. And being that we live in Connecticut and the game was in LA, it was a late game. So we were watching it. I fell asleep probably the end of the third quarter. And I woke up to my brother-in-law screaming, "Let's fucking go! Let's fucking go!" And I woke up and I'm like, "What happened? What happened?" He goes, "He just hit a fucking buzzer beater." And then I woke up, watched the replay, and I was just mesmerized by just greatness. I mean, it's just nothing much I can say. And also, the championship against the Celtics, the final game of that series started on June 17th, and not only did we, as Lakers Nation and the Lakers franchise, gain redemption from the loss that we had against the Celtics in the finals in the past, but we gained it on my birthday. The game started on June 17th, but it ended on June 18th, which was my birthday. So that stuck with me forever. Now, out of all his 5 championships, that will be my favorite, not only because the Celtics are our arch rivals, but just being that it finished on my birthday, it just means so much more. And just things like his 60-point game to end his career. Going into that day, I was dreading it just because, my favorite player ever is retiring. And I'm like, this is going to be sad. I'm going to cry. This is the day I've been dreading, like, since I started watching basketball kind of thing. And just his greatness put smiles on so many people's faces, including myself. And like, I, was expecting to go to bed sad and crying and things like that, but that wasn't it. I was so happy and so ecstatic and mesmerized by the fact that he just dropped 60 points in his last game of his career. And, it's never happened before. It just, reflects what he did his entire career. And that whole night, I don't even think I slept. I mean, I was just laying in bed smiling the whole time. Just rewatching the highlights to the game. And that just goes to show, like, what he meant to me. Is like, I was so blown away by what he was capable of. He was a great player. He was a great humanitarian. He was a great father, a great husband. It was just sad to see him go early in life. A lot of people say that his second stage of life was bound to be greater than his first. And that's crazy, being that his first was filled with greatness, but he was the happiest he's ever been. He won an Oscar. He was able to coach his daughter, mentor these future players, pay it forward, just like legends from the past paid it forward to him when he was playing. I just want to say thank you, Kobe Bean Bryant. Without you, I wouldn't love sports or the sport of basketball nearly as much. You are the greatest player I've ever watched. You're the greatest player ever to me. You're my GOAT. You are my Michael Jordan, and that's the reason why I hold you on a pedestal to other players. That's all I can say. Thank you.
To me, Kobe Bryant meant not taking failure as an option and being the greatest version of yourself that you can be in every aspect of your life, and trying to strive for greatness in places where maybe people think that you can't, but mentally you can. And my favorite moment from Kobe Bryant would have to be when he splashed the game winner over D Wade, because it was just too clean, off the glass, and it was against someone who was at the skill level he was, and held that same standard for greatness.
What it do, Devin and Javon and the Balls Deep crew? It's your boy Manny, aka Group Master Flex here. So I hear you guys are doing a special segment on 824 on Kobe Bryant and how us fans feel about him. I know he passed away this year on January. Still sad to hear. Can't believe it still. But personally, how I feel, the man was a great player. I mean, the way he hit the post shots like MJ, the up and under, the yams, man. I mean, it's just like crazy, bro. Sad that he's gone. He also has some bad sides, of course. You know, there's the good and the bad. You know, especially as an Orlando fan, bleed blue and white all night kind of things. You know what I mean? He took Shaq from us back in the '90s, and then in 2009 taking the ring from us, beat us 4-1 embarrassingly, and then after that even taking Dwight Howard. But other than that, I mean, he was a great player, bro. Gotta love him.
Damn. Mamba Day. Never thought I'd be doing this shit, but fuck it. Rest in peace, my nigga Kobe, my GOAT, the greatest basketball player to ever touch a basketball. Countless memories watching you play, my nigga. I mean, the first that comes to my mind when they say your name, watching 81 in my grandma's kitchen, that shit is irreplaceable. I can never forget that shit, dog. Nobody in a million years would top that record, though. 81 points in the game. Got to witness that as a child. Yo, that shit's crazy, bro. But, yo, the greatest inspiration, yo, in my life, like, sports figure, him, Ali, feel me? Keep it short and great. But, yo, Mamba out.
All right, so Kobe Bryant, huh? I mean, he was pretty much the reason why I started watching basketball. I remember when I was a little kid in Peru, um, I put something on TV and I was watching the NBA playoffs, and I saw the Lakers playing. And I was kind of a Lakers fan because my cousin was too. But you know, that whole run, and once they beat the Celtics in the finals, that's definitely what made me watch a lot of basketball. And I mean, it was pretty much Kobe, you know, the one who made me want to watch basketball the most, because for me he would always be the greatest ever.
First off, I want to say happy birthday to Kobe Bryant, the Mamba himself. He was, or should I say, is my favorite athlete of all time. Um, say he's my favorite athlete of all time, so essentially he's the one who got me to being such a huge sports fanatic. Loved watching him play growing up. He's a really big reason of why I'm such a huge Lakers fan right now. Have to say my favorite moment of him was his fourth championship ring against the Magic. But it was his first ring post Shaq. Kind of solidified him being a top 10 player in my eyes in today's game, or should I say of all time. We all miss him. So just want to say happy 42nd, and yeah, that's about it.
What's going on, guys? Javon here, making my video for the tribute for Kobe Bryant. Actually today, I'm recording it today. It's actually his birthday, so happy birthday to my GOAT. You know, for me, Kobe Bryant is just the epitome of hard work. Everybody said nobody really in this league worked harder than Kobe Bryant. And to me, it's something that, you know, kind of I took for myself personally and used. And it's something that I feel like he had an impact on, you know, not only NBA basketball, but, you know, the sports world in general. It's a mindset that he kind of instilled in everybody, you know, and you see it in the WNBA with Sabrina Ionescu. You see it in the NBA with, you know, Russ and John Morant and Dame. You see it everywhere. So for me, that's kind of what he means to me and kind of what he means to the world. He impacted everybody everywhere, you know. And just the memories he gave me, you know, dunking on Dwight Howard, guarding LeBron in the All-Star games, dropping 60 in his last game. I mean, it's like a storybook written, sports career. 20 years for the same team, my team. I mean, growing up, it was mostly like New York teams, and it was mostly, football and baseball. My family wasn't really huge on basketball, so I was always a big fan of, Dwayne Wade or AI and Kobe. And Kobe just kind of was able to separate himself from the pack, really. Like just day in and day out, even when he'd go up against players like that, he just kind of showed why he was just that guy. Even when he hit that buzzer beater over D Wade in that big game and off the glass. I mean, it was just moments like that he did throughout his entire career that really just made me feel that love for not only Kobe Bryant, but turn my love for just like a singular player and feeling it like deep for, the franchise itself, and actually starting to appreciate the history of the franchise and like what we did as a franchise, rather than just kind of like in Kobe Bryant. It turned to a deep love and like connection that I felt to the Lakers, and what made me ultimately become a Lakers fan. So for me, that's what Kobe means. Making this video for him on 8/24 is bittersweet, especially this year. Obviously being that, he passed away this year, it sucks. And like, I talk to friends, and it's kind of crazy because you're like, if anybody is gonna like survive that, you think there's some kind of way. You envision this guy as like a superhero. And you're like, he's gonna find some way to like make it out. And obviously it's unfortunate and it hurts, but today on his day, August 24th, it's just nice to recognize him and remember everything he did for not only the game, but the sports world and, the world in general, all the people that he touched and impacted. So thanks, Kobe Bryant. Happy birthday again. I appreciate you always, and you'll always be my GOAT, no matter what debates come up. So I'm going to just end it with that. Peace, guys.
And for those of you that submitted a video for our 8/24 tribute for Kobe Bryant, I just want to say, for speaking for me and Jovan, I just want to thank you from the bottom of my heart. We appreciate that, you took the time out of your day to submit a video and pay your respects for one of the greatest players to ever play the game, and possibly even your favorite player to play the game. So I just want to say thank you.
Oh, there it is. Here comes George to Kobe Bryant. Bryant inside. It's good. It's good. Tie game. A 1-point game. Walton can tip it. Bryant with the save. Oh, you got to get a shot here. Final seconds. Bryant for the win. Bang!
Kobe Bryant has hit a shot at the buzzer!
To be standing here at center court with you guys, my teammates behind me, and appreciating all this, the journey that we've been on. We've been through our ups and been through our downs. And I think the most important part is that we all stayed together throughout. I grew up a diehard Laker fan. Diehard. I knew everything about every player that's ever played here. So to be drafted and then traded to this organization and to spend 20 years here, you can't write something better than this. And I'm more proud of the fact that, not about the championships, but about the down years, because we didn't run. We played through all that stuff, and we got our championships, and we did it the right way. And all I can do here is just thank you guys. Thank you guys for all the years of support. Thank you guys for all the motivation. Thank you for all the inspiration. And thank you guys for all your sacrifice. You know, for all the hours I spent in the gym working and training, and Vanessa, you holding down the family the way that you have. I can't, there's no way that I can thank you enough for that. So, from the bottom of my heart, thank you. And what can I say? Mamba out.